Today I'm going to be going over the Final Fantasy Starter Kit, one of which is a red-white deck, the other one is a blue-black deck. Each deck comes with a deck box, and um, where these aren't commander decks specifically, they'll each have um, some cards that have more than one copy, but they also happen to have a foil legendary creature, so you could just as easily make these into commander decks. Um, the one from the red white deck is Cloud Planets Champion, which has, as I said, they each has a legendary creature. This one's a 4/4 human soldier mercenary for 3 red and a white. During your turn, as Cloud is equipped, it has double strike and indestructible. The reminder text, this creature deals both first strike and regular combat damage and effects that say destroy, don't destroy this creature. Equip abilities, you activate that target cloud costs 2 less to activate. The next creature is Cloudbound Moggle. It's a 2/3 Moggle for 3 and 2 planes. Has flying. Whenever this creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. And it also has a plane cycling too. The reminder text is you can pay 2 colorless, discard this card, search your library for a planes card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. And we actually end up with 2 copies of that. Next, there is Coral. It's a 2/2 creature, a cat beast for 1 in the plains, and you can pay 1 in the plains and tap it. Tap target non enchantment creature. So I guess that's kind of helpful. You have your opponent has a bigger creature you don't want them to block with, or maybe something with Death Touch. You can use this guy to tap it so they don't block your smaller creature. And there's 2 copies of this in the deck. Next we have Dwarven Castle Guard. It's a 2/1 creature, a dwarf soldier for 1 in the plains. When this creature dies, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. You get a small guy. Obviously, it's a low man because it's a small guy, but then it has a death trigger to give you another small guy. There's 4 copies of this guy. Fate of the Suncrest. It's an instant for 4 on the planes. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature. Destroy target non-land permanent. So that's, I mean, good that you get some removal. Um, you know, yes, it's sort of a lot because it's 5. Even with the targeting a tap creature, it only gets reduced to 3, but 3 seems about the high end of um, single target removal. For, um, there were two copies of that. Next is Slash of Light. It's instant for one in the plains. Slash of Light deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control, plus the number of equipments you control to target creature. So some more spot removal for a single target. There's two copies of this. White Orosite. It's an artifact for 2 and 2 planes. When this artifact enters, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until this artifact leaves the battlefield. And you can tap it for planes, so it's a mana rock that also um, exiles something of your opponents until they remove this artifact. White Mage's Staff. It's an artifact equipment for one in the planes. Job select and the reminder text when this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. Then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has, whenever this creature attacks, you gain a life, and is a cleric in addition to its other types. The equip cost is 3. So where it has a job select that's making a token and attaching it to the token, the equip cost would more be if you wanted to equip this to another creature other than the one that it initially got attached to. There's only one copy of this. Adalbert Steiner. It's a 2/1 legendary creature, a human knight. So it would be able to be a commander for a mono white deck, but this is a red white deck plus that has multiple copies of cards, so it can't specifically be a this deck can't be a commander deck without making some tweaks. But yeah, it's a 2/1 for one in the plains, has lifelink. Adalbert Steiner gets +1/+1 for each equipment you control. So where this seems like it's kind of equipment geared, that this guy will get some +1/+1, buff him up, and then he has lifelink, so you'll gain some life off attacking or blocking. The Christos Chosen. It's a sorcery for 5 and 2 planes. Create 4/1/1 colorless hero creature tokens. Then put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. So, I mean, obviously 7's a lot, and it's a sorcery, so you can only play it on your turn. But I feel like the values there, you're creating 4 tokens plus you're putting 1/1 counters on all your creatures, which in a token deck is gonna be a lot of creatures. I don't know how many other cards in here are going to be making tokens, so I can't say for sure how many creatures you might get out any particular game, but there's just a single copy of that in this deck. Dragoon's Lace. It's an artifact equipment for one in the planes. Job select. The reminder text when this creature when this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and is a knight in addition to its other types. During your turn, a equipped creature has flying and has Gabe. It says Gabe Bolg equipped for. There's one copy of that. Garahatia. It's a 3/5 legendary creature, a cat archer for 4 and a plains. So again, this is another um, card where it's a legendary creature. It could be a commander for a mono white deck, but again, this is a red white deck that's not singleton, so not specifically geared towards um, commander, but you could tweak it to be one. It has reach. The Elegant Eye. Whenever one or more other creatures and or artifacts you control die, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. So, I mean, that's kind of cool that you can get some card draw off it. Only one copy of this card. Rosa Resolute White Mage. It's a 2/3 legendary creature, a human noble cleric for 3 in Airy Plains. So again, could be a mono white commander, but the deck's not geared towards that. Has reach. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It gains lifelink until end of turn. And it has a reminder text for reach saying that it can block creatures with flying, and it also has the reminder text for lifelink, which damage dealt by this creature also causes you to gain that much life. And there's a single copy of that. Beatrix, Loyal General. It's a 4/4 legendary creature, a human soldier for 4 and 2 planes. So looks like there's lots of legendary creatures in this set and within this deck. Has vigilance in the reminder text. Attacking doesn't cause this creature to tap. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may attach any number of equipments you control to target creature you control. And there's a single copy of that. Item Shopkeep. They're kind of a throw to Final Fantasy and, you know, having shops where you would buy stuff, but, you know, it's as a creature. It's a 2/2 creature, a human citizen for 1 and a mountain. Whenever you attack, target attacking equipped creature gains menace until end of turn. And the reminder text, it can't be blocked except for by 2 or more creatures. And there happens to be 3 copies of this card. Warrior's Sword. It's an artifact equipment for 3 in the mountain. Job select. When this creature enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, then attach it to this. Or then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +3/+2 and is a warrior in addition to its other types. Equip 5. So if you want to equip this to another creature other than the token that it's creating, you'd have to pay 5. There's 2 copies of this. Suplex. Kind of seems like a wrestling move, not a magic card. It's a sorcery for 1 in a mountain. Choose one. Suplex deals 3 damage to target creature. If that creature would die this turn, exile instead. Or exile a target artifact. And there's only a single copy of that, but good removal because you could do either a creature or an artifact. Freya Crescent. It's a 1/1 legendary creature, a Rat Knight for a single mountain. So it could be a mono red commander, but that's not what the deck's geared towards. Jump. During your turn, Freya Crescent has flying, and you can tap to add a mountain. Spend this mana only to cast an equipment spell or activate an equip ability. There's only a single copy of that. Samurai's Katana. It's the artifact equipment for 2 and a mountain. Job select. When this equipment enters, create a 1/1 colorless creature token, then attach this to it. Crypt creature gets +2/+2, has trample and haste, and is a samurai in addition to its other types. Murasame, equip 5. And there's 2 copies of this in this deck. Barret Wallace. It's a 4/4 legendary creature, a human rebel for 3 in a mountain. So again, could be a commander for a mono red deck, but that's not what this deck's geared towards. Has reach. Whenever Barret Wallace attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of equipped creatures you control to defending player. So even if this creature doesn't gets blocked and doesn't do damage to the player, it's still its ability is dealing damage to the defending players. And there's a single copy of this card. Lightning Security Sergeant. It's a 2/3 legendary creature, a human soldier for 2 and a mountain. It has menace. The reminder text: this creature can't be blocked except for by 2 or more creatures. When lightning deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as you control lightning. So that's kind of interesting that it has a longer name, but in the rules text as just referring to it as lightning, not lightning security sergeant, but kind of cool ability. 1 copy of that. Judgment Bolt. It's an instant for 3 in a mountain. Judgment Bolt deals 5 damage to target creature and X damage to that creature's controller, where X is the number of equipments you control. So that's definitely a pretty powerful piece of removal, because you're not only dealing damage to opponent's creature, potentially killing it, but you're also dealing damage to your opponent too. There's just a single copy of this. Ultima Weapon. It's a legendary artifact equipment for 7. Whenever equipped creature attacks, destroy target creature an opponent controls. Equipped creature gets +7/+7, and the equip cost is 7. So pretty powerful, because not only is it removal when you attack, but the creature is also getting +7/+7. The kind of drawback is that it costs 7 to put on the board and 7 to equip it, so it's a lot to potentially start using the abilities, especially where there's removal that could get off the board before you could start benefiting from it. Just a single copy of this, and now we're starting to get to the land. Ribbon is the Royal City. It's a land town. This land enters tapped. You can tap for a mountain or plains, and there's 4 copies of that, and then 2, 3, 6. There's 13 basic planes with um, three different pictures for each of the planes, and they're full art. And there's 8 basic mountains with 3 different pictures. And then there's the tokens for this deck, and then um, a card reminding you what you would do on your turn and how to like show attacking or blocking. And then there's a card for if you play arena, you can get this